All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to today's pre-market analysis. Here I go through my portfolio and show you some trades that I'll be looking at for today's trading day. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me put this. And all right. So let us start with euro dollar. Euro dollar still heading in that bearish direction where we are getting lower lows and lower highs. It's actually going in this channel, heading down towards that channel, or in that channel. On the 240, what we have, see, do you have any? There is a pattern right there that's probably easier to see. There you go. In the 60-minute. Yep. So this is a cipher pattern. And it would complete on this at the 786. So that's something we could be waiting for. Okay. Now let's go ahead and to dollar CAD. Dollar CAD still bullish. Now a lot of people do tell you that the trend is your friend, but that doesn't mean that if you see a bullish trend like how we see in the the dollar CAD, that you're just going to place a limit order to buy now. What you want to do is try to maybe catch some sort of retracement, maybe if for this price to go back down, wrong one, this price to go back down here, down to this structure level, and look to buy around here with anticipation of price to move back to retest the structure level or higher for an extension. Now, if that is something that you do, which is a trend continuation trade, is you do have this zone right here. So you have that zone, and until this low is violated, there you shouldn't be anticipating any change or shift in trend. Let's go down to our 60-minute. It did some sort of a double top action, pretty small right there, probably to found that some sort of resistance right there, and then price is looking to go back down to this structure level, or this zone, structure zone right here. Okay, dollar yen still in that zone of support. 240. Now what we do have in the 60-minute is we had a completed pattern right here. right here that this was that perfect Gartley that we were talking about yesterday. It did complete and came down to hit targets. Yes, it did. And now, since it hit that 127 right there, we do have a cipher pattern that is going to terminate at that 786 level. It still has not been invalidated. However, as you see, price is going back to probably retest that level, but it's still a valid pattern. So let's go to pound dollar. To have that bearish trend right there. Nothing there. Okay, let's see. You might have that a deep Gartley pattern. And that's a really deep Gartley pattern. And it's still valid. We're waiting for that pattern to terminate around the 127. Of course, stops are going to be below the X, and first targets would be in the 382 and around the 14400, and target 2 is the 4429 level. When you do put targets, if you just put first targets, make sure you kind of go a little bit before this 4400 even handle number, just to get some help with a fill. So let's go to, I think we have Aussie dollar. We're still in that zone of support, and it's looking like price is finding some good support level right there, playing around that area and also giving you some divergence on your RSI. Aussie dollar on the 240. $60 there. Let's go in New Zealand. New Zealand, that daily Gartley still heading to that completion point. 240. Let's see. Wrong one. But do that again. Nope, just missed it. There could be a cipher pattern that was that's forming right there. If your data had hit the 127 level, of course that will terminate on this at the 786 level. Right, nothing there. Now to Euro Yen. Okay. So in that bearish direction. Now we do have some sort of a pennant pattern. I don't trade pennant patterns. I don't use it as one of my strategies, but there's a lot of people who do. And these kinds of pennants usually go to the downside like that. But let's go ahead and go to our 60. Let's see if we have, let's delete all of that. 60, we do have a potential pattern. Another deep Gartley. That's actually a really deep Gartley that terminates just right above that X level. So that will give you a really good risk to reward ratio. Obviously, your stops need to be below that X leg right there. And your first targets, the 382 and 618 on the second targets, and that's about 86 of profit. But just be careful. The 240 on the 240, that pennant pattern is more of a bearish pattern, or looking for opportunities to for the markets to go lower. This is a bullish Gartley pattern, so those are two opposite signals. And since I don't trade the pennant patterns, then I'll be taking this. And lastly, we have pound yen. So bearish, and RSI is still in that oversold. And nothing there. All right, I think that is it. And for those of you who saw some value into this, or you learned something from it, if you're not subscribed yet, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel so you are notified if there's anything like this that I put out. Now, I'll be doing this for the rest of January, Tuesdays through Fridays, 7:30 GMT, a little bit before the London session. So till next time, good luck, traders.